Universidad Católica Santiago de Guayaquil. Frutas deshidratadas. Inglés médico. Nombre Adrián López. Paralelo D. Periodo 2019. Facultad de Ciencias Médicas. Introducción. La deshidratación es una de las formas más antiguas de procesar alimentos. Consiste en eliminar una buena parte de la humedad de los alimentos para que no se arruinen.
On Tu B'Shvat, we eat dried fruits, as mentioned earlier, and we continue to eat them. And we usually overbuy on Tu B'Shvat, and we have plenty of fruits left over. Are there any concerns with dried fruits? Concerns of kashrut? Well, you know that many of the dried fruits that we buy are shiny. They have a shine to them. And that shine is not natural. It does not come from, doesn't come from the fruit itself, but it's added in order to, I guess, to make it more attractive in the bag or something. You know, like food, it's not enough that it tastes good. It's got to also look good. So we shine up the fruit with a special kind of shine that comes from bugs. And they leave this kind of oozy stuff on the trees, and you take it off the tree and you can shine up the dried fruits with them. Now, it's not something that would happen often, all the time, or anybody's intention, but it is possible that parts of these bugs could be left in that homer, in that stuff that shines up the fruits, and then you might have a little bit of a problem. So that, in all cases, it's better to buy the fruits with some sort of a hechsher. I mean, even though the chashash, the problem is unlikely, it's highly unlikely. Nevertheless, many of the great poskim of our generation have considered this problem, and they have said that you should be careful about them. That I'm talking about the Rabbi Yashiv, and before him, Moshe, the Minchas Yitzchak, and this is reported in the various books that summarize this matter. So, if we have the option, even though it's highly unlikely, I think that it would be a reasonable idea to buy these kinds of dried fruits with a hechsher and not simply in the store. If it's not available to you, and if it's important for you to have these dried fruits, either for Tu B'Shvat or to send out in Purim baskets, then I imagine that it would be all right to buy them as they come in the store.
Objetivos. Observar y reportar los cambios obtenidos en las características organolépticas de la fruta. Aumentar la vida útil de las frutas por medio de la eliminación del agua. Materiales y equipo. 3 diferentes tipos de fruta con diferentes cantidades. Piña, banano, manzana. B. Un horno pequeño que funciona a base de electricidad. C. Mesa de acero inoxidable. D. Cuchillos. E. Balanza. Proceso de deshidratación de frutas. Para la realización de la presente práctica fue necesario primero desinfectar el área a trabajar, lavando la mesa y los cuchillos con agua clorada. Las frutas fueron lavadas y desinfectadas para luego proceder a retirarle las cáscaras. Para la preparación de la fruta de banano fue muy sencillo retirar la cáscara, se realizó solamente con las manos y luego se cortó con un cuchillo en rodajas de banano para darle una mejor presentación. En el caso de la piña y la manzana fue necesario retirar las cáscaras con un cuchillo y después cortar las frutas en rodajes de tamaños especiales para garantizar que el deshidratado fuera mejor, ya que depende mucho el área del contacto de la fruta con el calor generado en el horno. Después de que las frutas fueron preparadas, procedimos a colocarlas dentro del horno, en donde permanecieron alrededor de 6 horas a una temperatura cercana a los 50 grados Celsius. Luego de cumplirse el tiempo de secado, retiramos las frutas del horno y obtuvimos el proceso de las frutas secas. También observamos los diferentes cambios organolépticos y de tamaño que sufrieron las frutas.
It's a delicious and healthful addition to so many dishes. Even without a dehydrator, it is remarkably simple to dry fruit in your own oven for a perfect, healthful snack or topping for days and weeks to come. Space the cooking racks evenly apart and preheat your oven to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. If your oven allows it, 140 to 160 degrees is best, but 200 will work. Consider opening the oven door crack at the higher temperature. To prep your fruit, it's important to select ripe or just overly ripe fruit and berries. Wash in cold water, remove the pits and stones, and remove any stems. Cut and slice the fruit evenly so they will dry evenly. Particular fruits like peaches, mangoes, and apples dry better if the skin has been removed. To keep your dried fruit attractive and reduce discoloration, soak it in lemon juice and water for about 10 minutes. Then drain and blot dry. Cover a few baking sheets with parchment paper and spread your fruit evenly in a single layer. Different thicknesses of fruit have varied cooking times. Thinly sliced apples take less than 2 hours to dry, while thicker cuts like peaches and apricots take longer. Keep your slices relatively thin and flip your fruit every 30 minutes or so. When it's ready, remove the dried fruit from the oven and place in a glass or plastic container to cure. Leave the container open for 4 to 5 days so that any moisture left from the drying process can evaporate. Give the containers a shake once a day to move the fruit around. After 5 days, seal, store, and enjoy at will. There you have it. Preservative-free but tasting like candy and perfect on granola, pancakes, or just straight from your hand to your mouth.
Beneficios. Gran sabor. Las frutas deshidratadas tienen un sabor increíble, su sabor es intenso. Es muy simple prepararlas, solamente cortar, deshidratar y empacar. Son nutritivas y le ayudan a estar en forma. 4. Pueden adquirirse muy pocas de abundancia y rebajas para disfrutarlos después. 6. Fáciles de empacar por largos periodos. No requieren de congelador o refrigerador para almacenarse y son convenientes, no se derriten ni deshacen.
It is a known fact that dry fruits and nuts are packed with essential nutrients. Though available in small packages, they are an abundant source of proteins, vitamins, minerals, and dietary fiber. Right from skin benefits to medicinal benefits, dry fruits and nuts gives you every reason to include them in your diet. Some of the benefits are listed below. Number 1. Dried fruits are your anti-cancer militant. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. We are all apprised of this saying, but a dry apple and apricots a day keeps cancer away. Apples and apricots consist of phytonutrients that acts as antioxidants and are also a good source of fiber, ridding the body of cancer-causing agents. They also contain vitamin A, C, and iron. Number 2. Potassium is vital. While fresh apricots and plums are rich in potassium, dry apricots and prunes contain even higher amounts of potassium. Sodium plus potassium regulates the balance of intracellular and extracellular water levels. Potassium is also necessary for maintaining healthy blood pressure and the insufficient intake, or if the body fails to get the required amount of potassium, which leads to an increased risk of hypertension. Number 3. Contain no fat at all. They also consist of significant calories per serving. If one is on weight loss regime, he or she may want to limit intake of calorie-content foods, but dried fruits can be tasty treat as well as help in reducing weight, as handful of dry fruits, curd or milk and cornflakes make for a healthy diet, and due to the high fiber content, they keep you full throughout the day. Number 4. Keep heart diseases at bay. The great way to prevent cardiovascular problems. Dry fruits and nuts help to reduce the risk of coronary heart problems. Nuts such as cashews contain monounsaturated fats, or the good fat that promote cardiovascular health, while pistachios contain vitamin B6 that prevents heart problems. Dates protect us from atherosclerosis, which is a major cause of strokes. Number 5. Prevent anemia. With high iron levels, dry fruits like prunes, raisins and apricots are essential to fight or prevent anemia. Dry fruits have optimal levels of vitamins and minerals and are a natural solution for weight management.
Conclusión. Las condiciones utilizadas en la planta de procesamiento nos permitieron obtener trozos de piña, banana, manzana mínimamente procesados, de acuerdo a los valores de la actividad de agua alcanzada durante el proceso de deshidratación. Los pedazos de piña, manzana y fueron observar cambios de forma de coloración y una reducción de tamaño. Se debe a un cambio de concentración de los grados Brix existentes en la fruta y eliminación del agua.
The fruit we use in the Cecilia's World product ranges comes from the best growers across the world, whether that's the Bonkretian pears right here from Koolfontein or the whole cranberries that come from the Willamette Valley in Oregon, United States. Once the fruit is ripe, the picking season begins. The different fruit varieties don't all ripen at the same time. For us here in Koolfontein, the season starts with royal apricots in early December and ends with pink lady apples as late as May. When the fruit destined for drying has been picked, it is halved and pitted by hand, and then laid out on wooden trays to dry in the sun. Depending on what type of fruit it is, it can spend anything from 1 day to 3 weeks in the sun. Our royal apricots, for example, take 2 to 3 days to dry. Once the fruit has dried, it is only about halfway through the process. From here, it is put into large wooden bins and taken to the factory. Inside our factory, the fruit is first sorted into different size grades. Then it goes through an optical scanner to ensure uniform color, as well as a final hand selection process to remove any blemished fruit. The fruit is washed thoroughly, and then it is ready to pack, either on its own or combined with dry roasted nuts. Some of the fruit is further processed to make products like fruit bars, chunks, and the ever-popular fruit dainties. The very best quality fruit is reserved to go through our special process to produce our flagship soft-eating dried fruit range. We like to think it's the best dried fruit you'll ever eat.
Gracias.